Okay, so it has been a while since I made a video. I don't have a good reason for that. Yeah. Okay. So we're starting with black. There's not going to be a ton of it in this one. I use this black. I don't recommend it, but it works for me right now because I'm too cheap to buy a different one. Okay. The lighting is not the best. Yeah, I need to take care of that, but not today. Wow, the lighting is really bad. I don't really remember how I normally do these videos, but I guess I'll explain what I'm doing here. So I laid down a layer of just plain water, leaving a dry spot where I'm going to be laying the paint down. But I laid down that layer of water so the black blends out easier. I hope that makes sense. You don't have to do that. That's just what works for me. But I'm not the only person in the world that does it like that. There's many people in the world that do that. But just do what feels right for you. So more water. I don't know if there's a name for that kind of technique. If there is, I would love to know it, but for now, I am okay with the mystery. Making these videos is a real challenge for me, because I feel like I'm talking to a person, and generally I'm not a very chatty woman, but I like doing these videos to kind of challenge that. I think it's really good to set challenges for yourself. Another thing that's good to do, sorry, I don't know if, I'm sorry to be kind of giving advice here, but goal setting, kind of common sense, but goal setting plays a role in your self-esteem, I guess. So yeah, setting goals is good practice, even if they're just little goals like getting out of bed and doing something. Just the act of setting a goal and achieving it is great for your self-esteem. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But I don't know. If that can help somebody, then that's great. for me today, actually, doing this, starting the painting was a goal itself for me. And then making this video became my follow-up goal. I was not having the greatest day of my life today. But I didn't want to just dwell on that all day. I wanted to, oh no, I wanted to do something about it. And yeah, I mean, for me, I enjoy painting, and it always gives me a good sense of accomplishment when I make one. Yeah. That feels so personal. Yeah, okay, back to painting. So far I'm doing more black than I thought I would, but I do think it's important to not be afraid of using black, especially in like traditional sort of paintings. A lot of people these days seem to worry about that. I know there's tons of people that don't, but I see people that don't use black when maybe they should. There's no rules, but I would suggest it if I were asked. Okay. Yeah. So his hair is brown in here, even though the reference photo I have, it looks kind of black, but it's brown, so I'm not gonna go crazy here. Just maybe a little bit crazy. A big part of the reason why I hadn't made a video in a while was due to storage issues on my phone. But I've got a new phone, so I've got no excuses now, unfortunately. I do really like making videos though. I would like to be able to teach something through my videos, but I don't know. Not much to go over right now. Kind of already explained that, like the techniques I'm using here. So I am just talking to talk. Okay. Yeah. God. It's really hot in my house, so I'm not having a good time. But I'm getting a little bit used to it, even though it's awful. It's 32 degrees Celsius inside my house, and it's like 8:30 p.m. right now as I'm recording this. So yeah, I'm not having a wonderful time thermically, but it is what it is. Okay. I don't... Oh, a little bit more black in the hair. I'm not sure yet when I am going to tell people that I make videos. I kind of want to like get it right before I do that, but at the same time that kind of sounds like an excuse, so I'm not sure. Oh, but yeah, okay. So I've mentioned this in previous videos, I'm sure, but another technique that I use along with like everybody else that paints this way is I do spit shading, which is where I control the, oh no, I control the water on my brush by sticking the brush in my mouth. Yeah. So I guess it's a good way to hydrate yourself. Maybe. Okay. In the reference photo I have, the axe is pretty light in color, but I have my own rules and desires, so black. I'm not gonna go crazy with the black on the axe, but it definitely needs it for some dimension and what have you. Because I mean, even if it's a light colored thing, when it comes to this style of painting, it is really important to kind of make your shadows, well, not necessarily. What I was gonna say is make your shadows more dramatic, but that's not quite the right wording. But yeah, I don't know, you want to have contrast. I really enjoy painting movie characters. I find a lot of comfort in movies. And I think a lot of people are like that too. So it's a lot of fun for me to make these people, and then it's a great challenge too, because I'm not the best at painting faces and stuff of like real people. Shit. Yeah, I need practice still of getting the likeness of people right. And then the painting part of the skin is challenging for me. But coincidentally, the skin on a painting is one of my favorite parts when I'm painting people. Yeah. Just a lot of fun to challenge yourself a little bit, I think. It's important to challenge yourself. I feel like I should have painted this axe a little more chromey, but I didn't do that. I think I still have an interesting plan though for the axe now that I'm thinking about it. I won't do it immediately, but I'll get to it. Oh no. I am really sorry for the shadows on here. That's my own fault. Ooh. That did not quite go how I wanted it to, but that is part of the joy of painting. Oh no. Okay. My brush was not as clean as I wanted it to be. I panicked. Okay. That's where we're leaving it for now, but I will come back to it. Okay. Okay. I've convinced myself that I'm being a wimp and I need more black. Okay. I'm happy with that choice, even though for the coat, since it is like a clear rain jacket, I don't want to use a lot of black. I want to use more of a blue for most of it, but a little bit of black is good. I'm not really the best person to be teaching people anything about painting, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe somebody that's never painted and is interested in getting into painting hopefully finds this video and picks up some sort of useful tip. Whoops. Useful tip to help get them started. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're interested in painting, you should try it. Because even if you're bad at it, it's not really a big deal. I make mistakes all the time. It's just a matter of, like, if you find it fun, then you should do it. Even if you're not as good as you want to be. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm not as good as I want to be. But I find painting to be really fulfilling when I am able to get the energy to do it. Every single time it has a positive impact on my mood. Yeah. It's a great outlet, I think. Just creating anything, whether it's a painting or some other sort of thing, I think is a really fulfilling thing to do in life. Okay, I'm gonna work on the hair now, so I'm gonna add some brown. Kind of hate this brown. Yeah, it's the Venetian brown. It has kind of like a red hue to it that I don't like. So I'm going to add some brown. And then add some yellow to kind of balance it out. And then teeny tiny bit of black. Maybe a little more black. You have to be so careful with black. It very quickly can take over your paint. Then I have my handy dandy little scrap piece here that I use to test my paints. Okay, too much yellow. So I'll add another drop of brown, maybe two, and a little more black. I'm so scared of the black. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. probably looks the same on camera, but I promise they're different. Okay. I love mixing paint colors. It's so fun. How the heck? Okay. Okay. Oh wow. This is taking a long time because I'm busy chatting away about nothing. This brown might not be dark enough, but I'm still gonna just keep at it and see how I feel. Okay. I don't know YouTube's like policy on music and stuff like that, but I really would like to have music with my videos, and not just like the I forget what it's called, but the music that you're allowed to use. I would like to have music that I actually like. Although I would say I usually do paint in silence. But sometimes music is a good grounding tool. But okay. Oh, and the reason why I used India ink for the black is so it doesn't smudge, whereas like the watercolor smudges, although black watercolor is technically not supposed to ever smudge once it's dry, technically, but sometimes it does. So I like to play it safe and just use India ink. Plus it's cheap. Relatively cheap. The bottle I have was about, oh crap, it was about $7 Canadian, which is not bad when you consider how much use I get out of it. I've had that one for a long time. Yeah, India ink is great. Most of them are good. Just the one I have, the one I have is a little bit of a liar, because sometimes when I've done like a coffee stain over a painting that I've done just with India ink, the one I have will move and bleed, which is stressful. But a tip for that I've used is doing the coffee stain before the painting. Like, get your outline done, do your coffee stain, paint on top of that once it's dry, and it works okay. In some cases, it actually makes the blending go out even smoother, in my experience at least. But yeah, just try what you want to try and figure it out, I guess. I've done a lot of trial and error with painting. Actually, okay, I tried something new recently when I was painting skin, and it was exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do it on this one too, but it's very exciting. This brown is not very dark. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to get to skin. Experimenting with painting is just, I don't know, it's so fun. If you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. It's just a piece of paper, so it's fun. Oh, a drop of water almost fell off my paintbrush, which would not be good, because then I would have to wait for it to dry to do what I was going to do, or else the paint would bleed to the whole area that was affected by the drop of water, which I do not want that. Okay, this painting is going all right. Men's hair is just so dang hard, for me at least. But I need to challenge myself. Okay, I apologize for how long this is taking to get so little done. I am not the quickest painter in the world. I like to take my time because I like to think about what I am doing, and I mean, there's no need for me to finish fast, so yeah. God, this light will be the death of me. There's so much shadow. Because it's hard for even me to see what I'm doing. But oh well. More black. Okay. Time for skin. So a little bit of the Venetian brown. Normally I do add white to the skin, but I am fresh out of white. So yeah, if you don't have white, you can just kind of strategically dilute your paint. It's not quite the same, but I mean, if it's all you have, then that's what you do. Ooh, that's a lot of yellow. Oh, yeah, and then I added the cadmium red. I don't want to pronounce that because I don't know how. but the mustardy yellow. Never looked at the name of that paint until now, and I did not feel confident. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you can really see the difference in these browns. I'm not sure. But that one will do. And then more exciting stuff to come with the skin. Okay. This is my favorite part because so much can change. For better or for worse. A lot of the times this is where things go wrong for me. But it's still fun even when it goes wrong. I'm gonna start. God. I'm gonna use a different brush, a smaller brush. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the nose. Noses are my favorite part. They're the best facial feature. Oh no. Okay. I was just looking at my palette and I forgot which brown was the one I just mixed. But I got it. Okay. I have some regret on what I just did. Oh. It looks crazy now. Maybe it'll look crazy after too, but I think it will look better soon. I kind of went a little further in where I wanted to go, so I'm gonna try to buff that out a little bit. And it's working, which is nice. Kind of worked. Okay. Ooh. A little more in the nose down below here. I think this is sometimes my favorite part. Although I do really like adding this shading down the bridge. It looks so silly to just have a bunch of color in the middle of his face and nowhere else. So we're gonna change that. Going back in with my slightly bigger brush to get some shading in along the temple and forehead. Okay. This is another area where sometimes I mess up because I get a little too jazzed and do a little too much. So far, so good, I think. Okay. He's got so many wrinkles in his face, which is why I wanted to paint this in the first place. And I didn't want to add them with my outline because I didn't want to make it too busy. But I think I am going to add some more with paint. I'm scared. Okay. And yeah, I grabbed the smaller brush again because this is spooky. Okay. And some more. Go down here. Oh, I'm just so scared to over pigment what I'm doing here and make it like a deep wrinkle rather than just like a crease. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to add some eye bags, not quite yet. Right now I'm just gonna add a little bit of under eye shading in general. Because I think that would be a good move. I really love painting. Yeah. Such a great hobby. Yeah. Even if it goes wrong, it's still a great hobby. That was pretty dark. This is so fun. Okay. It's fun, but a little bit stressful, to be quite honest. I'm gonna use my bigger brush because I'm going to add water. Instead of leaving a dry patch for me to put the paint down on, I'm going to wet the whole area so that way I get a soft blend on both sides, not just one. If that makes sense? Like how this is like a harsh line blended out. I don't want that. I want it to be soft on both sides. Yeah. I'm not the best teacher, but I will try my best. Okay. 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 That went okay. Woohoo. I'm just gonna touch it to kind of dry it a little bit. I do not recommend doing that, but I will do it. Okay. And shit. I got a drop of water on it. Okay. Not my best move. I'm gonna have to go into that area again because it is losing pigment. I'm not gonna worry about that quite yet. Okay. I think I'm gonna change what I was about to do. You don't know what I was about to do. And now you never will. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I did the same thing where I wet the whole area to get a softer blend, and kind of trying to hug that lower line a little bit more. So there's going to be more light on that side. I'm not upset about how this painting is going. Maybe a little, but for the most part, it's going okay. He just looks silly because he doesn't have any lip color yet, but we'll get to that. Okay, so I'm going back in here to fix my screw up. Oh, more. Okay. Good stuff. He kind of looks, no offense, but he looks a little bit fat right now. It's going to do some more shading to slim him down, hopefully, a little bit. Okay, even though in the reference photo I have, there's not shading over here, like it's really saturated or whatever, so it just looks white. I'm still gonna add some shading because to me it looks off. And I can do what I want. I don't know if that was a good move, but it was my move. And yeah, I think I want to add a little more shading in his nose because that line is so dark. I don't like that. But that's the way it goes sometimes. They can't all be winners. I think I'm actually going to darken this area up a fair bit because I want to. Yes. And then I'm going to do the same above the eyelid on the other eye. Yes. I think that was good. This video is not really that instructional. It's more so me talking myself up, I think. Man, kind of got a lazy eye. But that's life. Eye bags. Okay. Just gonna try to go in lightly, because like they don't need to be like the Crypt Keeper. Just like a little excitement in the eye. Yes. Questionable. He really needs lips, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I think. I'm gonna do the exciting part. So the exciting part is, I've always been told, not to use like pink and purple, even though really when you think about it, that's stupid. But to get more dimension and feeling in the skin, I'm gonna use pink and purple. Even though this says it's deep red rose, it's pink. It's a liar. But I'm just gonna use that really lightly. And then some purple too. Because I mean, purple's in the skin, like your veins and whatnot are like red and purple-ish. Yeah, I don't know. It makes it look a little more alive. Because yeah, otherwise it looks like he's wearing like heavy makeup or something. You can't get like the flushed tones in the skin. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna wet like a big area, but still trying to be a little bit careful of where I'm wetting. And then I'm gonna take a good amount of water on my brush and then just make a little puddle, get the teeniest, tiniest little bit, but it's still a lot. Mix that in with your puddle and hopefully not ruin your painting. I'm gonna add some pink up here too. Yeah. I don't know for sure yet if I'm gonna be using the purple, but I thought I would be prepared either way. Yeah, I am so happy with using the pink. Even though it probably doesn't pick it up on camera, kind of besides the point. It makes the painting look a little better, in my opinion. Like, you know, you don't have to do anything I suggest ever. But this is just what works for me, and I like that maybe somebody else will want to try it too and have it work for them. If it doesn't work for you though, I'm sorry. But yeah, the trick with the pink is definitely use a lot of water so you don't oversaturate the pink. More pink in the chin here. Yeah. Because if you oversaturate it, that's not going to be a good time for anybody. Oh, I forgot he has hands. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use the purple, but yeah, I'm so happy with the pink. Like, that's pretty neat, I would say. Man, I have really not got a lot done in an hour. But I'm having a good time. So if you've stuck along this far, good for you. Yeah, I don't know. If you've watched any length of this video, I appreciate that. Even if you didn't make it this far, even though you're not going to get this message. But yeah, I don't know. Man, I have such a stupid song stuck in my head, but I don't know the name of it, and I only know one line. And the one line is just repeating over and over. I feel like this has been my most chatty video. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. And I don't know if that's true. But I feel like I've not shut up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand that painting is not for everybody, but I do think that creating should be for everybody. It doesn't even have to be anything major, but just, I don't know, making stuff is so fun. Whether it be like refurbishing a chair, or I don't know why that was my example, but or making a table into a desk. But yeah, making stuff is, I think, really important. Yeah, I love making stuff. Even though I don't do it as much as I would like to in theory, I do it as much as my energy kind of allows, but also that's a really stupid excuse. I really want to try to be more consistent. But life happens, you know. It's not always that easy. His hands came out a little dark and a little weird. But whatever. That's his thing, not mine. Okie dokie. This is taking so long, but I don't mind if you don't mind. Now it's time to do his silly little coat. So for that, I'm gonna use blue. Not just blue though. I really wish I had white, but I don't right now. But I will change that one day. I'm gonna add a little bit of black. Maybe that was too much. We'll see. Oh man, that's really black. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm just going to take out some plain water, and then like tint it with the blue. When you do this, I would recommend using more water than you think you have to, because the paper really does soak up the water faster than it would soak up just the paint, if that makes sense. Yes. Maybe some brown would be cool in there. Maybe not. Oh no. No. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, okay. Trial and error. That one was an error, but that's okay. Stupid. Yeah, you can't really see it on this swatch here, but it turned green. I should have known that. I should have known. But yeah, okay. So this one, definitely blue. It's not very dark, but I don't think it should be dark. I'm really nervous for this part because there's like so many wrinkles and stuff, and I'm not gonna do all the wrinkles that are in the reference photo. I'm just gonna do some. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some. This might be too light, but we'll see. I did make some like marks of where I wanted to add some blue shading, but my marks are a little dark. I just used a colored pencil for that, not a regular pencil. So, whoopsies. Okay. I'm not sure yet the color I want to do for the background on here, but I gotta start thinking about it. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really much for standout colors in this movie. Figure something out. For now, I'm just gonna have a good time. Yeah, this is super light, but I think I want to stick with it. And then maybe I'll do a little more than I was expecting to do. Okay. Sorry for you can't see this. I really hope that the color is showing up on camera at least a little bit though. If it's not, I'm really sorry. You can turn the video off anytime. But to me it looks cool, but I don't think you can probably see that much of it. Yes. Okay. I did have a few markers of where I was going to add some shading, not very many. And I think I'm gonna do my own thing. This is cool though, using such a light shade of paint. I think you can kind of see it in the video, I hope. You know better than I know. Very cool, in my opinion. I hope well, not everybody else, I don't know. I hope whoever watches this video found the skin thing just as exciting as I did. I don't know if I explained it great, but yeah, I was so excited when I tried that. Fabric is a little tricky, but also very fun. I'm definitely not super skilled at it, but it's fun. Especially such a weird clear fabric. It's really hard to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. I might add a little bit of the concentrated blue that I used to make the diluted blue in some areas. My house is so hot that it's making me feel sick. Oh, that leads me to another thing that I was informed of by somebody associated with the health district here. Yeah, that if your house is over 26 degrees Celsius, which I think is 77 Fahrenheit, if I'm remembering right, then you're like at risk for dehydration and other heat-related issues without even knowing it. Even if you've got like a fan pointed at you, you feel like you're cooling down, but it's just your sweat evaporating from your body, and you're not actually cooling down. Your core temperature stays the same. I found that like fascinating, but also scary since my house is so dang hot. But yeah, I think that's really good to know, that even if you feel fine because you've got fans, you should still be careful. And where I live, there's cooling centers hosted by the city here that are like free to go to. You can hang out. I don't know the hours of them. But yeah, if you have concerns, look into seeing if your city has cooling centers if you don't have air conditioning. If it's summertime or just hot. But yeah, I didn't know that, so I thought that was really neat, and I think it's important to pass on that information. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some of the concentrated blue pretty quick here. Yeah, that looks so cool to me. So I'm gonna add some water because I don't want it super concentrated. And then dip just the teeniest tiniest corner of my brush in there. And oh my god, that's so dark. Oh, okay. I'm scared. That may have been a mistake. But That's show business, baby. Oh, I wish I could take some of that away. I'm trying to. Oh well. That's not horrible. Ooh, okay. I got a little more on my brush than I wanted to, but that's okay. Sometimes I just like to tap it out like this. I don't know. I don't know if that does anything, but to me it feels like it does when I have like a little bit of a harsh blend there. Ooh, I put my hand in wet paint. Not ideal, but it's also okay. Yeah, this painting is almost done. If you've watched this long, I am amazed. Okay, it was not the worst idea to go in with the concentrated blue. Because looking back on it, it was looking pretty plain with just that light blue. But I think it was a good base because it's making me less scared to place the concentrated blue now that I have like placements of the diluted blue, if that makes sense. Yeah. If I'm doing that there, I guess I gotta do it down here too. Neat stuff. Whoa, I got a lot of paint on my brush. Crazy times. I think I'm about finished the jacket, to my liking at least. I'm sorry if you don't like it. So it's time to do some stuff with the axe here. I was going to add more black to it, but I think I'm gonna add more blue. That sounds fun. Okay. I'm kind of going opposite to what I did, which is cool, I think. I don't mind it. But then I'm going to, man, I'm just really talking to talk here. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue here. Okay. I forgot lips. So for lip color, I'm just gonna take that same red that's kind of pink that I used before. Start a little puddle of water here and add that, and add some of the skin color in there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, that'll do. To me, this makes a big difference. To you, it might not. So yeah, bottom lip, and I wasn't really planning on doing anything for the top lip, but I do think I'm going to add a little band of color up there. But not too much, because I don't want them looking too womanly. Not that having lips is womanly, but Yeah, that's okay. I'll live. Man, I wish I had white for that axe handle. Okay. I'm just gonna add some black to the skin color I had mixed. Even though that's way different than the axe in the movie, because it's like a really light colored handle, like a pine or something. But I can't do that. I don't have white, and I don't want it to be too terribly close to the skin color. So I'm paving my own way here. It's pretty dark, to be quite honest. A little darker than I wanted it to be, but oh well. Oh, actually, I like that. Like a walnut or something. Very cool to me. A little bit in there. Okay. I guess I'll, I don't know what to do for the background, or if I should even do one. I have to do one. But what color? I'm gonna end the video here, even though I'm going to add a background. Just because I need to do some thinking on this one. But yeah, if you want to see it with the background, I mean, you can check out my Instagram or my Etsy. That will be linked in the description. Yeah. So this is where I'm at. There's some errors, but that's the way it goes, and that's okay. Thank you for watching my video. If you watched it this far, it's like you watched a whole movie about nothing. But that's all I got to offer. Thank you.